Take 76. Hi world, I am so excited to be here and to be sharing my YouTuber, AuthorTuber tag video. My name is Mia. I have been working for the last 5 years in my own business. I owned a copywriting business where I wrote a lot of words for people to make a lot of money, but not for myself. I've been a professional writer for the last 10 years, and then before that I was an English major, as many people are, and had dreams of being in the publishing world. And I worked in the publishing world for a little bit, but life and the world really made it so that I needed to choose a different path. And I put my dreams of writing on the side, even though I had a lot of friends who went forth and wrote and did the thing, right? And so this is me reinventing myself. This is me choosing a new path and really kind of going into my final form. And I am so excited to chronicle it all here on YouTube. So let's jump into the questions. So why did you start this channel? Well, I am not new to YouTube. Many years ago, I had a channel under a different name, and that was a lot of fun to create content and also to build community here on YouTube. And I know for a fact that I've experienced it, is that when you get into these niche spaces, you really find your people. And I have been so removed from my people. Those are the people in the book world and specifically in the romance world, that it's been something that I've really been yearning for, something that I've really been looking for. And so this is my way of getting back with my people and really just cataloging this experience of writing my books and what that process looks like. And also it's a little bit of accountability, because I am not an intrinsically motivated person. I am a totally extrinsically motivated person. So I know that if I have to show up here and create content, even for these early times and days when there probably won't be a lot of people watching, it really will help me to show up and stay accountable to myself, because I need that. All right, question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube or authortube? Well, one of the things that I think is unique about me being on this space, and something that I have been looking for, is there are not a lot of booktubers or authortubers who have lives that are like mine, or who even really look like me. You know, as a Black woman, specifically writing in the romance genre, which is a genre that is very much being taken to task for featuring diverse voices and featuring diverse authors and diverse characters, I feel that it is important and timely that I be able to stake my claim here and put my real estate down as I am creating content for my books in this industry that is often not praised for being very diverse, just put it that way. The other thing about it is that there's not a lot of people whose lives are like mine. So I am a married mom of 3. I have 3 small children, 8, 5, and 1-year-old. And I'm not a person who has a lot of time to write or read books or just do a lot of things that people who maybe are unattached have the luxury of being able to do. Now, that isn't to say that I don't have privileges. I totally do. I'm able to, as a business owner for the last 5 years, I've been able to set up my life so that I can do this full time. I can write full time. And I know that that is not something that many people at all have the privilege of being able to do. So I recognize my privilege there. And I know that it is a very different, specific way of living life and wanting to get books out in the world and write and figure out how to craft your day and how to make that actually happen when you have small children, when you have familial responsibilities, when you have a life that looks kind of like mine, which I'm not unique in that sense. And so I want to be able to be a place and have a channel where people who are also like me can find that camaraderie, be with somebody who gets it, because I get it and I know we need people. So 3, what are you most excited about this new channel? I am so excited just to create content for you all and to meet people, to build community. One of the things that I really love about living in the time that we live in is that we can make friends and find people and find your people all over the globe. And YouTube is one of the best platforms to be able to do that and to bring people together. It can also tear people apart, but it can really bring people together. And I really, really love and I'm excited about the prospect of building a community here and connecting with people and finding friends here on the internet, because I'm a millennial and that's what we do, right? Why do you love reading? I love reading because reading was my first way of being able to find belonging and be able to escape and find something that really helps me feel grounded in my childhood. I've been reading, as urban legend would have it, or maybe it's my mom just being exaggeratory, I've been reading since I was very young. She says I was reading when I was 3. I don't know that to be true, but she says I've been reading for a long time. And I really don't have memories where I wasn't reading, where I didn't have books as a part of my life. And I'm really grateful for that, because books allowed me a safe haven, and I could find peace and happiness within stories. And that is something that's really unique. That's something that really a lot of people need. And I was so privileged to be able to have that. So that's why I love reading. Specifically, I love reading romance. I love it because it is predictable, right? There's the happy ever after, or the happy for now at the end of each book, right? But I just love stories. The world is love. That's me being my woo-woo self. What book or series got you into reading? So I don't know that this book is the one that specifically got me into reading, but one of the most memorable books that I have in my library is a book called Dovey Co. It's by Frances O'Rourke Dowell. It's of course like young reader, middle grade book. But I remember reading that book and the storytelling of it, and just the intensity of the story and the depth of the characterization really just drew me in. And even though, of course, when I was 8 or 9 or 10, however old I was when it came out, I didn't have that language to describe it, but that's what it was. It was the characters were drawing me in, the story and the pacing and the intensity of the suspense that drew me in, and I really, really loved that. And so that was something that really got me hungry for more. Of course, I loved Goosebumps. I loved all those other ones. Now, as far as romance goes, I really shifted into reading spicier and spicier books when I was very young, younger than I probably should have been reading them, before I was actually a teenager. But so I was the smut peddler in high school. That's what I was known for. You can go over to Mia's locker and she'll give you a smut book. But one of the books that I love and I have read a cajillion times is the book Bet Me by Jennifer Crusie. In fact, I still have a copy of it. So this is my copy of Bet Me. As you can tell, she is well loved. She is been read, and this book, it's not even timely now. I don't think they even have cell phones in this book, which some of the things could have been resolved if they just had cell phones and could text people. But I love the story, and I love how she crafted this romance, because there's so much tension that's built all the way to the very end, and it's super great. All right, next question. What questions would you ask your favorite authortubers or booktubers? That's a really interesting question. One is, how are y'all finding time to write? I am very, very curious about how people get organized, how they craft their days and are able to create processes for themselves and routines for themselves in order to get their books written. And so I am very curious about that. So that's something that I really want to know. Yeah, that's my baby. So next question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Probably consistency. I have no lack of ideas for videos and things like that. It is going to be simply creating my content creation routine and sticking to it and figuring out the process. Because as I'm sure you will see on this channel, I am a highly organized person because I have to be, but not because I am by nature that way. I have learned how to create systems and processes and schedules and lists and all those things for myself to help me be able to do life. And so that will be the thing, is adding this new thing into my process and my routine. When did you start reading? I don't know, early. My mom says 3. I don't think that that's probably truthful, but early. Where do you read? So I read wherever I can, whenever I can. So I generally read on my Kindle or my Kindle app on my phone. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and the spicier ones I tend not to listen to when my kids are in the car because obvious reasons. But the things that aren't romance that I read, I will listen to those on audio, and I do have some paperbacks that I read and some hardcover books that I read. I'll actually post a video. Behind me is the extent of my collection right now, but that is because I had over 600 books that I donated and sold to get rid of things because I was moving and I'd had some of them for a really long time, and I just wanted to free up some space, and I wanted other people to go and love the books. So I've reduced this down to just a little under 200 books. I have more bookshelves over on the other side of the wall in my office, but this is the smallest amount. This is the least amount of books I've ever had. And then, what kind of books do you read? So I predominantly read romance novels. Those are my go-to, my bread and butter. It's what I love to read. It's what I love to write. But I also read a lot of psychology books, a lot of self-help books. I read books on business, on marketing. I like either romance, complete, different worlds, contemporaries, fantasies, paranormal, romantic suspense. I read all of the genres within the romance world. Or I am reading something like psycho-cybernetics, for instance. All right, that is it for the tag video. Again, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to share this journey with you all, and I look forward to meeting you all soon.